Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope you've had a great week. Hey, last week we talked about the fact that as a population, we're saving more money at the moment simply because with the coronavirus, there's not as many places we can go to spend our money. Cinemas, nightclubs, restaurants, clothing shops have all been forcibly shut down. So the places that we used to go and spend money aren't there. The stats have told us that we're saving somewhere between 20 to 50% of our money. And my idea last week was to say, when we get back to some form of normality, instead of going and spending everything we earn, maybe try and just snip a little bit off the top and allocate that to some form of debt reduction or wealth creation strategy. So that was the idea last week, and that got me thinking, and then I've sort of run with that and gone down a different path this week. Now, the path this week is all about what do you do with your money after your mortgage has been repaid. As you can see, the title there, after your mortgage is repaid. Now, the context that I'm coming from, the angle I'm coming from here is when I talk to people, especially people who sort of don't have much idea about what's happening now, they don't have much idea about what's happening in the future, they don't have any clarity about any of it. Their goal, their plan is to retire with what they've accumulated in super and to be debt free. Yeah, they don't want to get to retirement and still owe money, let's say, on their house. For them, that would be a win. And that's all well and good. But what about if they did reach that debt free stage some years before retirement? You know, what's to do with that money? And that's the context of this week's chat. Now, I'll go through this general advice warning again. You've all seen it by now. Basically what I'm saying is don't watch this video and go, yes, Jace, great idea, and then go and act on it, because we want to make sure that what the action that you're taking is appropriate to you, and we need to check that for you and go through the appropriate channels. So please don't go and just take action. Come and talk to us. All right, best way to show you the benefit of the strategy is to give you an example. We've got a client, 35 years old today. They're a couple, so both of them are 35. Family income, $100,000. Employer contribution of super, 9.5%. Home loan, $300,000. Mortgage at 3%. They're paying $2,000 a month in repayments, and they're earning 4% above inflation on their investments. Now, this couple has got a combined $150,000 in super today. They are going to take 16 years at $2,000 a month at 3% on 300 grand to pay off their home loan. So in 16 years, they'll have paid their home loan off. Now, couple one and couple two that you're about to see, both have got $424,000 in super at 51. That hasn't changed. They've both gone down the same path. It's here where the two paths split. So, scenario one, if that person goes, hey, we've got debt free, now we can just crack on, get to retirement, get whatever we've got in super, and life goes on, happy days. That scenario will lead them to getting $818,000 in super. They'll be able to retire on $65,000 a year, which is a great result in itself. But what if they said, you know what, now we've gone through life and we've paid off our home, we don't have any debt, we've got $2,000 a month, what should we do with it? Well, if they, let's say, contributed that $2,000 a month into super as a salary sacrifice, they will end up with $1,365,000. They will end up with $547,000 more than what they were going to, and they'll be able to live off $80,000 a year in retirement, not 65. So in this scenario, they pay off their house and then they just sail through the rest of their life and get to retirement. In this scenario, they pay off their house and then they are proactive. All these years, they've got a better plan and they're going to, seek the rewards of that. It's the old saying, these guys pay now so they can play later. These guys, they played now, but they have to pay the price later. Very simple one this week, guys, short and sweet, but as you can see, the numbers tell the story. It's easy for us to run this scenario on your situation. When are you likely to pay your house off? If all you did was utilize those repayments from your debt reduction strategy and allocated them to a wealth creation strategy, what's the benefit? What's the difference? give you an idea. I've said it in a presentation in the past. You need to make decisions based on the knowledge of your future self. Get us to run this scenario for you. Get that future knowledge and then make the appropriate decisions now. That's how you can get us. You know I want to chat to you. Give me a call. Let's talk about you. All right, guys. Chat soon.